If you have any business idea in mind, you will need some tool that will be answering very simple but very important questions. How much money you need? When you need it? What is the payback period? What is the level of profit and profitability? And many others. So all these and many other very important questions are being answered through financial model. So what is the financial model? Financial model is an Excel file that describes all parameters that affect the revenues and expenses of your business idea. These parameters are called inputs. Every financial model is a unique tool and is built from scratch because every business idea is an individual vision of an entrepreneur for his revenues and expenses. So you need to start with highlighting the inputs. You're describing the revenue generating algorithm. What affects the revenues? What types of customers do you have? You need to be able to switch them on and off and see the payback period with or without this or that type of customer. Also, you need to add some coefficients to the revenues and expenses inputs. When your model will be ready, many steps ahead, these on-off switchers and system of coefficients will ease your scenario modeling process. You will be able to quickly see how much financing you will need in this or that scenario. So you're starting with describing the customers. Then you're moving to the sales plan. Describing working hours. Then you're moving to seasonality inside a typical year or inside a typical week. It all depends on your business idea. Then you specify when you start the operating activity, when you get the first revenues. Then you need to specify how fast you reach the break-even point, because that will also affect the financing you need. Next step will be payroll, people, positions, salaries. Next step will be fixed costs. Then comes the investment plan. If you have a loan, you will need to specify its parameters. Next step will be taxes. And finally, all your revenues and expenses will go inside the cash flow statement that will show you consolidated revenues, costs of goods sold, payroll, investment plan expenses, and all other inflows and outflows. Based on the cash flow, you will be able to calculate financing you need. You will also be able to see the break-even point. You will see the consolidated revenues, profits, and all necessary information about your business idea. Using financial model, you can also test your business idea and see how stable this or that scenario is. Just press this button and you will see how revenues and expenses increase or decrease when the parameter goes up or down.